Hi, my name is Ana and I help parents potty train their children. You can also follow me at El Potty Nurse on other social panels. Today I want to go over intentional accidents related to behavioral acts, right? A lot of times parents reach out to me because they're uncertain if their child is having accidents on purpose or they're having accidents because they're just going through the motion of the, potty training process. So let me just move to the side here. So I could just bring up a list of reasons why a child might have an accident. So this list here is a list that I find to be normal accidents, right? Accidents that are part of the potty training process. Although there are many parents out there misinformed and they are under the impression that children can potty train easily within a day or two without proper education. Most kids potty train gradually, right? That's the normal process. Many years ago, children just got trained as soon as they started walking. The parents kind of like trained them gradually at their own pace throughout the months, which is why before 1954, which was when diapers became very popular, children were typically trained by the age of 2. Now, that doesn't mean that they were forcefully trained. Most of these kids were trained gradually over time. Like as soon as they started walking, the parents just started implementing steps to help them understand that eventually they would be peeing and pooping the way that mom and dad did it, right? The way their siblings did it. So this is the easiest way for children to learn. And this is what I teach, right? I teach a gradual course. Gradual can mean 2 weeks. It can mean a few months, but it all depends on the individual, on the parent's lifestyle, on what's going on in the house, the culture, the way the child learns. Many factors then can decipher how long a child is going to take to be completely potty independent, right? It's very individualized. This is why I like to work with parents one-on-one, because I'm able to get to know their child a little better and help them out and on a more personal level, right? So the first one is, like I said, the habit training process, right? Getting a child to go from diapers 24/7, peeing and pooping at will without thought, without, planning. So, this is what they're used to in their diapers, right? So getting a child to go from that to actually thinking when they have to pee, actually listening to their body, this takes time, right? And of course, during the habit training, a child will have accidents, unintentional accidents. And these accidents can be because the child is distracted with play. What do children do? What do toddlers love to do? How do their brains develop? How do they learn how to, master skills? Is through imaginary play. This is what they are built to do. Their imagination is so vivid. So sometimes when they're in that world, they can have an accident, even if you're training them for a few days, even if they've been already trained. And all of a sudden they go through a growth spurt and, they're really thinking about, certain ideas, how to build certain things with their toys or whatever it is, they can have an accident. Okay. The other reason is if they're zoned out on their gadgets, on TV, on the tablet, whatever it is. If your child is holding a device and they have an accident, it's a true accident. Your child is like tunnel vision. They're in, how we get when we're when we're on our phone. Sometimes people speak to us, we don't even know they're speaking. So imagine children. So if they're zoned out on a movie, if they're zoned out on their tablet, and they have an accident, it is in fact a true accident. They were so involved in the whatever it is that was on their screen that they had an accident, right? The most common one is when they develop a fear of pooping, and which goes hand in hand if they're constipated, okay? So I wanna just get rid of this here and show you a diagram of what can happen when a child is like impacted, right? They have so much, they've, hold so much stool in their sigmoid colon that now it kind of like compresses the urethra, and the child might trickle pee or can hold it for X amount of time. And they're afraid to actually sit down, because what happens when a child sits down to pee? The same thing that happens sometimes when we sit down to pee. All of a sudden, we feel like pooping, right? So they know that. They know that if they sit down to pee, they might feel the urge to poop. And now they're afraid of pooping. You understand? So they're afraid of pooping. So think about when we have fear, when we are truly fearful of something, we don't want to do it. We don't want somebody to mention it to us. We don't want to go there at all. So this is what now your child has developed. If they've developed a fear of pooping, they're able to withhold their pee, trickle, have accidents. Why? Because they are afraid. They're afraid to sit down and have a hard stool come out of them and hurt them, okay? So what do you do about that? You work on their diet, you work on their activity, and your child just has to work their way through it, okay? The other one is if they weren't actually able to make it to the bathroom, again, because they're distracted. So if they're distracted with their play, they might have an accident, not because they want to, but because they felt it, they remembered, oh my God, I have to go to the potty or I have to go to the bathroom, and they tried to go and they had an accident because they couldn't make it, okay? So all these here are normal accidents that aren't intentional, that are just part of the whole process, and we just have to be there for our children and guide them, okay? Now I'm gonna bring up reasons that, you're gonna see them right here. These are reasons I feel that they are accidents that are intentional accidents, okay? Accidents that are on purpose, accidents that are to get your attention. They're behavioral accidents, and not because a child is bad, but because of whatever reason they're trying to, get your attention. They really are seeking something, right? I don't know. Every child is their own individual person. So I can't tell you really what's going on inside your child's mind, right? Why are they acting this way? Okay. But these are true intentional accidents that are happening because they want something from you. They want to grab your attention. Something is happening to them in their body, in their mind, whatever it is. Okay. The first one is if they call out for you, and the minute you make eye contact with them, they intentionally pee all over themselves, okay? Now, don't confuse this with mom or dad. They're calling you because they need to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden they can't make it, right? You know when a child looks you in the eye and starts peeing on themselves intentionally. That's a behavioral issue. That's a behavioral act. That was done intentionally, right? For whatever reason it is, this is something that you have to work out with your child in your home, okay? The other one is if they pee on themselves because they're upset. In the middle of a tantrum, they want something, they're upset at you, they're screaming, and they start peeing on themselves, okay? This is also intentional. Same thing. Your child is trying to grab your attention. They know you're going to get bothered by the situation. Any type of reaction that a child can get from you sometimes, depending on your situation at home, is satisfying to them. Another reason is if they pee on the floor, again, looking at you, laughing, peeing on the floor, and as they pee, they start laughing, they think it's funny, or pee on an item and start laughing. I've had a child pee on their parent and start laughing. I can't really help you because I'm not the one disciplining your child, right? I discipline my children the way I know best, right? The way I do it. But everybody has their different culture, different ways that they're raised, different literatures that they're reading, some parenting way that they are trying to implement in their household. So I can't tell you how to stop your child from, for example, peeing on you, right? Because that's something that's clearly behavioral, and you have to work that out. If there's something that you typically do that works, like if your child is being, naughty in any other way at home, and you do something that works, then maybe it will work with having them stop, peeing intentionally on the floor and laughing, or peeing on you and laughing, peeing on a piece of furniture and laughing. So, that's something you have to know what's best for your child and what will work for your child in terms of disciplining them so that they don't do that again, because that's something that you don't want to make a habit. It's not funny, right? So you want to, take care of that, okay? The other one is if they verbalize a threat, or if they say, let me watch TV, or if I don't go outside, I'm going to pee on myself. Clearly, that's intentional, right? So again, I'm sorry, I can't really help you in that arena. I know that sometimes children are overstimulated. especially in today's world. Sometimes they're getting too much stimulation, especially from the parents, and, a lot of talking sometimes and a lot of reaction from the parents will cause the child to do that act more so, right? Because now they're getting a reaction from you, whether it's bad or good, they're getting that reaction. So I know that to be truth with myself, with my family, and with children that I have helped in the past. But the reality is I'm not living in your home and I don't know your beliefs. So I can't really, troubleshoot in that in that arena. One of the things that I have told parents is when they do that, the best thing I can tell you is to bring them to the bathroom and just re-educate them on what they need to do, right? Without letting them go with a toy, without letting them go with, books, kind of like, look them in the eye, kneel down, look them in the eye, tell them that they are not allowed to do that, bring them to the bathroom so they can wash up, get cleaned up, and kind of let them chill there for a little while. I'm not saying lock them in the bathroom, but children want to go out and play, right? A bathroom is not a place where they kind of want to chill for a long period of time. But if you stay there with the door open and kind of stay outside and let them know, I want you to stay here for 5 minutes because what you did was not okay, while you're still outside watching them, you know what I mean? And let them kind of chill and be bored in the bathroom for a little while, next to the potty, next to the toilet. They're allowed to wash their hands if they want to. Whatever it is that is related to toileting habits, then you want them to practice that and kind of, redirect them. That has worked many times. You redirect them. But when they behave this way and you redirect them, you want to make sure that you stay very stoic. You want to make sure that you don't give them any type of either negative energy or good energy. You don't want to say it's okay because guess what? It's not okay, right? But you also don't want to get angry, upset, and kind of like bring them in this area that they want you in, right? Because they're trying to get that from you, whether it's good or bad, okay? But you want to rectify the situation, and whatever it is that you do at home that works, then do it, as long as children are not being harmed and are being loved and are safe, then you could go ahead and discipline your children how you believe fit because they are your children. So anyway, this is my rant about potty training, behavioral accidents versus, accidents from the normal potty training process, okay? So I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel so I could do more videos like these. I, took a little break from YouTube, but now I'm jumping back on because I feel like it's a panel where I can educate in length, and explain things more thoroughly. So I want to get back on the bandwagon. So if you can subscribe to my channel, I'll be able to be motivated and do more videos like these on top of my IG, Facebook, and TikTok and what have you. So anyway, so this is Ana here teaching you how to potty train your children. Peace.